Welcome back to Bible and Blues, and we're trying something new here, and I hope it's working out. It looks like it's working out from my end. I have a in motion backdrop, which is something new for me. I've always done stills before. I've done a couple of motions with some of my attempts at playing music, but this is the first time I tried it for this. I found it at a place called Videvo, which if you're interested in doing your own, let me. Videvo.com, I think it was. Yeah, videvo.net. Okay, www.videvo.net. Free to join. I know I am getting no sponsorship out of this. I just happened to run across this morning. I was thinking I wanted to do something different and get some motion going. So this is real simple. It's just kind of shimmering blue behind me. They do have all kinds of different possibilities. They are free. It's free to join and free to use. To download, their only thing is do not make it downloadable outside of their site so they don't get the little advertisements that they get out of it. So, there's no advertising on mine, but there's advertising on the site. So that's where I found that at. If you want to use it, by all means, it's kind of cool, and I'm happy that it works with XSplit, which I use for my streaming. I'm thinking about switching to a different service called Restream, because then I'll be able to stream to multiple platforms at once. So I can put this also on other things at the same time other than just YouTube, because if you put all your eggs in one basket, then when the eggs drop, everything breaks, right? So anyway, good morning. Get your coffee going. We're going to be doing Psalm 83 this morning. I'm really looking forward to this because I got to sleep in. It's Saturday. I've had a little bit of breakfast for a change. I've had a couple of cups of coffee. I'm wide awake. I have ideas of what I'm going to be doing this afternoon. What's your plans? Give me comments about what your plans are for a Saturday afternoon for you. Whether it rains or not, some of what I'm going to be doing is perfectly legit. Keep going. Among us, I'm going to finally get that haircut I've been talking about all week. But our church does a Serve Sunday. And what Serve Sunday is it's just kind of it's an attitude of getting people out with an idea of serving the community, and it's only once a year that we do it. And it's as a deacon, I'm kind of expected to participate, but I have a particular person in mind that we would like to go to their place, and she's a widow, and we want to serve her and help her out with her property on this day. Then after that, because Serve Sunday to me is just not just Serve Sunday, okay? It's service all the time. I want to get something started in my church. It's called James Brigade, and if you want to look that up, go right ahead. James Brigade, what it is you have a group of 4 or 5 guys that every once a month on a Saturday they go to a particular place, and they go to the same place every single month. Okay, and there's 4 or 5 guys, never less than 2, always 2 or more. And you go do a honey-do list. And the honey-do list is because you have somebody, the person you're serving is literally, you're dealing with widows and orphans. If you have somebody who's a widow, maybe, who is unable to, maybe they're elderly, maybe they're disabled, maybe maybe they just don't know how to, or they're just overwhelmed because of a recent loss, perhaps. So they get the help that they need. And these are for people that don't have anybody else. I mean, you don't have family. They don't have grown-up kids that can come out and mow their yard, or straighten things up or fix the gutter or little things like that. It's the little things. It's the honey-do list that it's like, hey, could you change this lockout for me, or whatever it might be. Little things. So you have and you go back to the same place month after month. You get a relationship going. You're serving this person until they don't need it anymore. Maybe they meet a guy or whatever. Okay, maybe they find other services. Maybe they move away. Maybe they pass away. But you develop that and you get that going. And that's the James Brigade. So that's something I want to get going in my church. I've been kind of slow in getting it off the ground, but I think by the time my term as a deacon is over, I want to have something just kind of full fledged and rolling, and with a few guys doing this kind of thing, and a few clients, I guess you call them. They have another name for it in the system. So anyway, that's James Brigade. So look it up if it's something you want in your church where you're actually serving the widows and orphans in a very direct way. Nothing abstract about this. You meet with them every single month. I think it's really cool. I think it's a great idea. So, without further ado, get your coffee going. I got mine. Aloha. Why? Because I've never been there, but I'd love to go. Tell me what you think about the backdrop. This is a really simple one, mind you, but they have much more complicated ones. I wanted something kind of slower moving. So it wasn't too distracting. I might get a little bit more going. I don't know how much, but it looks pretty good. I'm looking at my screen here on the right. It looks okay. It looks a little darker than and that's the one thing people said was on XSplit when you're streaming, it showed up as a little darker. I think that's okay though. So anyway, without further ado, Psalm 83. O God, do not keep silent. Be not quiet, O God, be not still. See how your enemies are astir, how your foes rear their heads. With cunning they conspire against your people. They plot against they plot against those you cherish. Come, they say, let us destroy them as a nation, that the name of Israel be remembered no more. With one mind they plot together. They form an alliance against you. The tents of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab and the Hagrites, Gebal, Ammon, Amalek, Philistia, and the people of Tyre. Even Assyria has joined them, to lend strength to the descendants of Lot. Do to them as you did to Midian, as you did to Sisera and Jabin, and at the river Kishon, who perished at Endor and became like refuse on the ground. Make their nobles like Oreb and Zeb, all their princes like Zeba and Zalmunna, who said, let us take possession of the pasture lands of God. Make them like tumbleweed, O my God, like chaff before the wind, as fire consumes a forest, or flames set the mountains ablaze. So pursue them with your tempest, and terrify them with your storm. Cover their faces with shame, so that men will seek your name, O Lord. May they ever be ashamed and dismayed, that may they perish in disgrace. Let them know that you, whose name is the Lord, that you alone are the most high over all the earth. Here ends the reading of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Yeah, you ever notice a lot of the Psalms have to do with war and battle? There was a lot of war and battle back then. There is today too, but just so happens that King David was at war a lot because that's what, a lot of the times he was a leader and he was at war a lot. I mean, let's face it, President Obama was at war a lot. Okay, he may not have been in direct war, but he was involved in its sending drones and making decisions and telling commanders and stuff. And for a person who leans to the right, I actually have to say that he did better with that than I expected him to. He even did more than I wanted him to, really, to be honest. So that's my political statement on this one. If you watch some of my other stuff, I've been doing that one. That's my opinion, and I've realized I've done 3 of them, and 2 out of the 3 are some reason supporting President Trump, and I'm not a Trumpy, and it just so happens that the media really just pounces on him so hard. And means in my opinion, I hate the media. I kind of wanted to hang on here. I wanted to do this, and I'll do it with you because I'm a thoroughly disorganized person, as you well know. We're going to go to Google, and let's look up some of these names here of the princes. Make their nobles like Oreb. And who was Oreb? A Hebrew Old Testament name meaning raven. By the time of the judges, the Midianites, led by 2 princes, Oreb and Zeb, also wolf, were raiding Israel with the use of swift camels until they were decisively defeated by Gideon. We all know the story of Gideon. So this is how they were. So I took care of 2 of them. Zeba and Zalmunna. Let's check those. Zeba comes up. Well, there's a film actress and there's a bar. Desalinating products. Wow. So Ziba is a name that's been used a lot. And Zalmuna, there we go. So these people... Oh, that's why. Put an H in there. My bad. This is what you get for watching live, right? So, in Wikipedia, because, I mean, we all trust Wikipedia, right? Because they are the end-all, be-all of all theology. Okay. Ziba, Hebrew for sacrifice. And Zalmuna, shade denied. In the Brenton translation, were the two kings who led the vast host of Midianites who invaded the land of Israel and over whom Gideon, again, gained a great and decisive victory in Judges 8. Ziba and Zalmunna had succeeded in escaping across the Jordan River with remnants of the Midianite host, but were overtaken by Karkor, probably in the Haran, and routed by Gideon. The kings were taken alive, brought back to Jordan, and confessing that they had personally taken part in the killing of Gideon's brothers, they were put to death. Okay. Their demise is remembered and invoked in Psalm 83, 9 and 9 through 11. So there it was. You know, they're talking about all the princes, like Ziba and Zalmunna, who said, "Let us take possession of the pasture lands of God." So those were the names we came across here. I like to do a little bit of that. Just kind of gives a little more depth to it. You know, so Israel was under attack a lot, and that's why you see so much of that in the Psalms. So there's today's. What did you think about it today? Did I digress too much? Did you like my background? I keep bringing that up because you know, I'm thinking about doing more of these, and some are really, really busy. And if you have epilepsy, they could cause an epileptic seizure. Others are much calmer, like this one. Some are somewhere in between, between this and something more. Just have a little more going on. They do have Bible-based ones that have a lot of Christian, Christian crosses and churches and things like that. But I'm going to keep using them, I think, because I think they're a lot of fun. And then, so you have a great day. I'm going to get out of here. My furnace is kicked on. It's kind of annoying that it's April 29th and it's still cold enough that my furnace is kicking on. But such is life. It is 11:30, and I have to get my wife up still. She's been laying in bed probably. I haven't heard her call from me yet. Usually I hear her call from me when she wants to get up. So anyway, you guys have a great day, and we'll talk at you later.